Jericho Street isn't fixed yet. I mean, it's been 6 months. That is incompetence, sheer incompetence. Deacon, remind me to make that much incompetence a sin as it comes to road construction.
I will. May I say, Reverend Cornelius, it's good to have you back to your old self again.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
I mean, something must have come over you halfway through the forest the last time. You were friendly to that stupid kid and later treated those women with, dare I say, respect and tenderness.
Well, all that. Now, never mind. I was just being nice to the kid so he wouldn't ask for a reward for those clothes he lent me. And as for the women, well, that was done for peace and quiet. I mean, why start arguing before the wedding when there's plenty of time after the I do's?
Speaking of the wedding, did the king pay you the rest of your money for your services?
I dare say he was very, very pleased. And I think it'll go through the church committee first, and then there'll be an evaluation of the service. But I am confident that he will pay me the full amount. What's that?
I don't know. It came from over here. Oh, great. Another goodwill case.
It's Bawanna.
Reverend Cornelius, what on earth are you doing?
Well, can't you see? I'm cleaning his wounds.
I can see that.
Well, if you can see that, you can see that he's badly hurt and I'm trying to help him.
Really, Reverend Cornelius, this is far beneath you. It makes me believe you're not worthy to be wearing this jacket.
Well, you know, you might be right about that.
This is an outrage. You're soiling your new clothes.
Listen, Deacon, don't you think that God is more concerned about what's in a man's heart than what he wears?
Nonsense. When a station in life that matters. And when I get done telling the church committee about how you stoop so low, along with some other financial improprieties I know about, you can rest assured that you'll lose all claim to that wedding money. In fact, when I get done with you, you'll no longer be a reverend.
Deacon! Deacon, you're going the wrong way. When she cools off, she'll figure it out. Now, how are you? Are you feeling any better, Bawanna?
My foot still hurts. I think I might have sprained it when I fell earlier.
Okay, well, you wait right here, and I'll see if we can find something to walk with, for you to walk with. Ah, here we go. We'll try this. Here's just try everything. Oh, no, forget that. Well, you try this. You just lean on me. That's right, I'll be your crutch.
Just like a friend.
Yeah, just like a friend.
By the way, my name isn't Bawanna. It's John.
Oh, really? John?
Or John. At least that's what my father used to call me.
Used to?
That's a long story.
Well, we have a long way to go, but just start at the beginning.
So this is how it's going to be from now on. Let's all give Tiffany the old silent treatment. Like it was my fault we ran out of oil at the wedding.
Well, whose fault would it be then? It certainly wasn't the rest of us. Besides, it's you who stole from us, or should I say from me.
She has a point. We would have been all right if we would have had both yours and Dandy's scented oil. Besides, I was so looking forward to the smell of fresh baked sugar cookies.
I honestly thought we would have been blessed enough to have the oil last for the whole entire wedding. Who would have known they would have written their own vows? Besides, it was Deacon's fault. She tricked me.
Some trick. A little blessing and poof, the oil's gone. She should play in Vegas.
At least we know now how flammable forest sand is, don't we?
Girls, settle down. The truth is what happened to Tiffany could have happened to any one of us. Now, Bambi, apologize and shake hands so we can put this all behind us. Besides, it's not like we didn't try to borrow some oil from the two women in the row ahead of us.
Yes, but who would have known they would have been Mrs. Baxter and Mrs. Parker? Now listen, girls. Can you forgive me about the oil? Especially you, Bambi.
on, Tiff. I forgive you.
I forgive you too, Tiffany. Ow.
Well, Tiff, guess I can forgive you too.
Truce.
Truth.
And I forgive you too. So now that's everybody. And I hope everyone is hungry because lunch is just about ready and there's more than plenty enough to go around.
Hey, ladies. Did I hear something about lunch? Do you have room for 2 more?
Reverend Cornelius, how nice to... What on earth happened to you, Bawanna?
It's a long story.
Which is now going to have to wait. Come over here, girls, and take care of him. Wash up his wounds, put on some medicine and fresh, clean bandages. Everything you need should be in the first aid kit. Please, Reverend Cornelius, come sit down over here with me.
Thank you.
Boy, you look exhausted.
I do. That bad, huh? Thanks.
Here, go ahead, help yourself.
Oh, I don't mind if I do. Now, what was that big commotion at the royal wedding about?
Well, we have your deacon to blame for that. Halfway through the wedding, we found out about her dirty trick of filling Bambi and Tiffany's oil jugs with sand. So Veronica asked the 2 ladies in the row ahead of us if we could borrow some of theirs. It was our customers, Mrs. Parker and Mrs. Baxter. Mrs. Parker said flat no. Then she laughed and called us all old fools.
Oh,
That's when Bambi and Tiffany snapped. They started yelling and throwing punches, and it soon became a free-for-all. Those 2 old women never had a chance. Anyway, that's when Prince Joshua and Maria had to come in and break it up. The king was so upset that he told us to leave immediately. Anyway, we were able to stay in Jericho for 6 months and see the sights. We even found a lovely store to open a new Beauty and Chiropractic Salon. We've always wanted to live there, so we're on our way home to get our stuff and move over there as soon as Jericho reopens. At any rate, I think we've fared better than Bawanna. What happened to him anyway? How did he get so beat up?
well, John, he told me his real name is John. Well, after the wedding reception, he hit the casinos. That's what he told me. He hit the casinos, he lost all his money, and then he racked up a hefty credit card debt besides. So then, the casino pit boss goons, they beat him up and threw him out. So now he's going home to his dad. Only not as a son. He said he wants to go back as the lowest paid worker on the totem pole.
Not as a son.
No, I think he's being far too hard on himself. I know he's sorry, but I think that the hardest person to forgive is yourself.
But what about you? How was your stay in Jericho?
Well, it was quite lovely. Deacon and I stayed 6 months, like you, but it was on the way home that all the troubles began. We found John behind a bush, all cut up and bruised, and I tried to help him. But that's when Deacon got all upset because I got my stupid jacket dirty. So now she's on the way home to talk to the church committee about all that happened along the way and, about some unfortunate financial schemings that I'm not too proud of. And I think I'm going to lose my job.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, don't be. I've never felt so free in all my life. I don't want anybody ever to call me Reverend again, and if I have to be like that. And maybe I can find some other way to serve.
Still, I'd like to get my hands on that deacon for what she did to our oil.
Well, people like that, they always seem to get away with everything. It doesn't seem like there's any justice left in the world.
Aha, so there you are.
Yeah, well, hello, Deacon. How are you? Say, would you like to smell my new perfume? I have some on the back of my hand.
Sure, why not? What's it called?
It's called Dirty Rotten Deacon.
A little justice in the world.
Ow! Huh? What's that down there? Scones?
To justice.
food. Cornelius, won't you join us for dinner? Martha's an excellent cook.
Well, I'm sure she is, but, you know, Johnny and I, we need to get back to the garage before it gets dark. But thanks for the offer.
Well, okay, you two have a good trip then. We girls have to get packing for our big move anyway.
Okay.
Bye, Cornelius. Bye, John. Take care.
Bye.
John.
Thanks for everything.
Bye-bye.
I'm sure gonna miss those two.
Oh, me too. I think I'm gonna miss old Cornelius the most.
So you two are really hitting it off.
Oh, that we were. Oh, he could have easily been my Mr. Right. Too bad reverends can't get married.
I think you're thinking about priests. They're the ones that don't marry. Reverends can. Besides, after the deacon gets done telling everything to the church committee, Cornelius won't be a reverend anymore.
That's right. Oh my goodness, he's getting away. You ladies go on home and start packing up without me.
Where are you going?
I'm going after my Mr. Right.
Looks like Martha's gonna get her Prince Charming after all.
Oh, yes, and they'll get married and they'll move away and live happily ever after.
Move away? But what about the new shop? What will happen to the rest of us?
Sybil, the new shop will take care of itself. And as for the rest of us, why, we are 4 tough, modern women. We can take care of ourselves. And don't forget the best part.
No more women's creed.
Come on, Dad, you might as well paint over the last S. It's been 6 months, he hasn't called, he hasn't emailed, he even blocked us out on Facebook. Let's face it, Dad, he's not coming back.
Well, I suppose you're right, but still. Bubba, would you hand me that can of paint and brush over there, please?
Sure thing, boss. Here you go.
Thank you. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Dad, are you all right?
Come on in, we're open, but we're all inside here.
Now, what can we fix you up for? I guess it's a new pair of shots.
My stupid car died 6 months ago. I'm here to fix up a meeting.
A meeting, huh? Between who?
Well, I'm going by that sign over there between Stanley and this guy here.
Hey, Johnny, you're back. I always knew you would. Didn't I always tell everybody that, Bubba?
Not as many times as I did. Hey, Johnny, welcome back. Where do I go tell your dad? Hey! Shh! I don't want him to find out like that. Besides, I don't even know what I'm going to say to him yet.
For Pete's sake, Bubba, what you trying to do? Give the boss a heart attack? Look, you and I'll go into the office. We'll tell him there's someone out here that wants to talk to him about a problem. In the meantime, Johnny, you think about what you're going to say to me. Okay? Do it.
I don't know if I can do this. Sure you can. You'll be all right.
Trust me, you'll do fine.
Hi, I'm Stanley. Did you want to see me? Johnny, I can't believe it. Is that really you? Johnny, I'm so glad that you've come home. Well, I can't hardly believe it. It's been 6 long months and you finally come home where you belong.
Dad, please. I've made a total mess of things. I shouldn't even be considered your son anymore. Please, just hire me instead. I'll start at the bottom. I'll sweep out the shop. I'll clean all the tools. Take care of the used oil barrels. I'll even clean the bathrooms. All I'm asking is that you please just forgive me and take me back.
Johnny, you'll always be my son. And you'll always be able to work here just as long as you like.
Hey, did our plan work?
Must though, the kid's still here.
Hey, you two. Take the money out of the till and go to the grocery store and get the stuff you need for that barbecue buffet bonanza you keep talking about. We're going to have the best welcome home party for my son Johnny.
So, Bubba, we get to try out our new recipe.
Yes, sirree, Bobby. This will be known as the beginning of Bobby and Bubba's Barbecue Buffet Bonanza, otherwise known as... Hi, big bro. What's
Dad, can I speak to you alone for a sec? Dad, after all these years, haven't I always been straight up and worked hard for you? You've never done anything like this for me. When Johnny comes home after acting the fool, all you can say is, "Hey everybody, let's have a party."
Son, don't you know that I love you too? But everything I have will soon be yours. Lighten up a little. Your little brother's home where he belongs. Listen, I've forgiven him. It's time for you to forgive him too and come and celebrate with the rest of us.
I'm sorry, Dad. I have work to do.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry, Johnny. Sometimes these things take a while to heal, but eventually they do heal. Now, come on, let's go to the office and talk things over. We've got a lot of catching up to do. I almost forgot about you two. Is there something I can do for you?
Well, I think the problem has solved itself.
Well, you know, some problems are like that. Well, you guys have a good day then. We'll see you again.
You too. Don't worry, we'll let ourselves out.
Goodbye. You know, that was very nice what you just did for Johnny. Taking care of him like that and guiding him home.
Well, a kid like that needs his dad.
Well, I think everybody needs someone to love and have that someone love them back.
Well, I think you might be right about that. That was nice.
Where did we go from here?
Well, you know, I was actually thinking of giving up the salon business and opening up a barber shop, you know, just for men.
But what about the new Beauty and Chiropractic Salon?
Oh, those poor women are more than capable of running that place without me. And believe it or not, Sybil has a very good business sense and is pretty good with numbers. She'll be just fine. There is something, though, that I do need.
What is that?
A barber I can train. And seeing as you are soon to be an unemployed reverend, I was thinking of offering you the job.
Me? A barber? Well, what, pray tell, would I have to do?
Well, mostly shoot the bull and cut hair.
Well, I'm excellent at the first, and I can learn the second. Martha, you have just hired yourself a barber.
Good. But first, you have to come over to my house, where I'll going to bake you the best chocolate cake you've ever had in your life. Can't have my new barber working on an empty stomach.
With rich fudge frosting?
The richest.
A couple of big scoops of ice cream?
I should say not. We gotta keep you in shape.
Martha, I love you.
Now, I'm sure you're all probably wondering what's happened to everyone. Well, for starters, our dad made us work together to fix up Cornelius's car.
Man, what a heap. Would we fix it back up as good as new? All free of charge. It was our dad's way of saying thanks.
And of course, eventually my brother and I did patch things up between us.
Hey, what can I say? He's my little brother. I'm running the garage now, and to get even with little bro, I made him my head mechanic. And if you wondered about our dad, well, he just left to go start his retirement down south, in Pullman.
Yeah, things are going along pretty well as usual at the shop. Although we did have to hire a couple of mechanics to replace Bobby and Bubba.
And their dad was so impressed with food at Johnny's welcome home party that he gave us startup money to open Bobby and Bubba's Barbecue Buffet Bonanza. And it's the best in town.
Even though some say the real commercials are a little strange, since Bobby and I still insist to be called by just its initials, you know.
Well, the church committee did grant my wish, and Reverend Cornelius is no longer a reverend, and he did not see one more cent of that wedding money. However, the skunk smell in me was so strong that I ended up offending them, and they ex-deaconized me. It was then that I really flew off the handle and got arrested. Now I'm out on the work release program fixing potholes in the road.
Talking it over with the girls, we decided to sell the new Beauty and Chiropractic Salon and pursue our own dreams. I went on and got my doctorate degree in business and became the CEO of a major software company. It was there where I met my own Mr. Right. Come on out, dear.
That's right, I'm all better now and have been for some time. Thanks to that kindly camper and the nice hospital. I've got a great job and a sexy wife for a boss. Together, we have a house with a white picket fence. Every morning, we watch the morning news show starring...
Me, Veronica, as in Veronica in the morning, where truth in the news doesn't matter, as long as I look stunning.
Ouch! And every evening, we sit together on the couch and root for our favorite sports team.
Get out of our ring!
Are the BT Express road derby, so bust your backs! What are you gonna do when the BT Express rolls over you?
Hey, don't forget about us.
Don't forget about us.
Well, shortly after we opened the new barber shop, Martha and I got married. And we invited all of our friends here to the wedding. And we even made it a scented oil lamp ceremony.
Yes, we did, dear, but I made doubly sure that we had enough oil this time.
That you did, dear. That you did. And so all that were good and true lived happily ever after. Now, everybody has a story to tell. We just told you ours. So, what is your story?
And make it a good one.
If we didn't one more time recognize she who must be obeyed. Paul, back there with the little light in the middle of the room. And we'll see you the next time.